Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, welcome to another market update. We're going to be looking at the markets, the Dow Jones, S&P 500, Nasdaq, and also silver and gold and all those markets as well too. So let's get straight into the markets right now. Now, what's happening right now? Obviously, on Friday it was a shorter day, closed 2 hours early, and obviously it's a public holiday going into tonight or going into today, basically. Tonight. For the markets. But what's happening right now in the markets is still really interesting, because if we look at the Dow Jones, right? The Dow Jones, the top 30 stocks in America right now, the Dow Jones is doing what? We had a big run up and now we're just going sideways. Notice how this whole level through here, pretty much just below that, I would have to say the line in the sand would be this level through here. Notice the Dow Jones. Let's bring up, say, 1 year worth of data. There we go. That's a bit better. Notice how we're getting this here. Notice how on the Dow Jones, we could be getting what? This could be some sort of left shoulder. This could be some sort of head. And this could be forming right now some sort of right shoulder. If that's the case, notice how it's taking pretty much the entire 5 to 6 months for that to form. Now, if we continue to do this... No, not that. If we continue to do this, where the market just goes sideways and then we break down, that's going to form some sort of, shoulder, head, shoulder here. Okay. And if it does break down, then we have pretty much a nice sharp drop. Or as you can see here, right, from there to there was no support level through there, was there? There was no support. So if we break, we're pretty much likely to see a move back to the downside through there. If we go have a look at the S&P 500, it's doing pretty much similar. You can see how it's just below here. So the market's looking pretty top heavy right now. And same for the Nasdaq. Sorry, let me correct that. The Nasdaq. The Nasdaq. Let's move on to silver and gold and see what's happening with silver and gold right now. Obviously, gold is open right now, and just had a little update, but still overall in this big picture here with gold, what's happening here on gold? Pretty much nothing, right? It's a meh, right? It's a meh. And lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. We're pretty much just doing nothing here, aren't we? So really, again, a really interesting point here, guys, is that we had this big move up here and we've had this move down. Are we going to create this high low through here? So that's going to be really interesting to see. And back with silver and back to the silver market, looking at the weekly chart on the silver market, man, it is having a big move down. No, not a big move. It's just having a nice move down through here. And it's same with gold, right? Like there's just nothing going on here, is there? Like there's just no, if we have a look at the daily chart here, let's go back to the daily chart. This is the daily chart for the last year. And you can pretty much look at this here, just very ugly, right? Now, whenever you're trading, one of the best things that one of my mentors told me when I was learning to become a professional trader was that if it's ugly, if it's very congested, it's very all over the place, then don't get involved with it, right? Like if you're looking at a chart right now, it's like, man, this is pretty really ugly. Then it's just stay away from it. You know what I mean? Just stay away from it. Moving on now through to actually, I'll go down to the oil price here. Let me go down to, where is oil? All right, so moving down to oil. Oil obviously had a bit of a pullback. I don't think this is the end of. I don't think we're likely to continue down here with oil. I think oil's likely to hold here for a bit. But that being said, obviously anything can happen. So moving forward through here, right? You can see here that we had a nice move down, a nice move up, and now we're just starting to create like a little bit of a downward movement through here. A little bit of a channel. As you can see, right? A little bit of a channel going on through there. So it'll be really interesting. But looking on that weekly chart with oil right now, you can see we had this big move down and a big move up. And so now we're just sort of having a small little pullback through here. So I wouldn't be too surprised if the market did just have a bit of a pullback, hold, and then continue to rally back up. Now that hold may take what? It may take a It may take a few months or more to do that. You know what I mean? Because we've had this move up. It may take another couple of weeks, maybe another couple of weeks to a month to hold, and then continue up. We may even get some sort of a 50% pullback in the markets as well too, as you can see here, right? So we may even get a 50% pullback. And isn't that interesting? If you look at this market, you look at that 50% line, is smack right on this resistance level. So I wouldn't be too surprised if the market did continue down. Let's go to the daily chart now. I wouldn't be too surprised if the market did actually continue down to this level here, have a bit more of a pullback, right? But we've had a move up and a move down and move up. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see that happening through there. Moving on through to UUP, which this is the one that I look for on the US dollar. The weekly chart's looking pretty ugly, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, like, we have broken up through here, haven't we? Had a move up, a move down, and a move up. So it's pretty steep, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't had any real decent pullbacks through here. So the question is where we are right now. If it holds where we are right now and we start to break back below this $26 level, this whole thing here is going to be some sort of a false breakout. And then it's probably going to get back down to the 25 level would be a target for me if it breaks that $26 level there. So it'll be really interesting to see what's going to happen through there, guys. You know, and the thing is that there's a lot of different things that you can learn, and when you can learn, right, when you're reading the charts, there's the higher lows, right? So you can look at what I call the who's in control, high low, high low, high low, high low, high low, high low. That's buyers in control. You can also look at things like strength in moves, right? Like how strong are these moves up? You also can look at things like price and time, right? And there's what I mean by that is that you can see here how we have this overall sideways movement, right? This sideways movement is what we call energy field, and the longer it goes sideways, the bigger the breakout. There's so many things you can learn, right? And so, you know, when you go down to mastertraderlab.com, and you can get the free trial to the Master Trader Lab, you'll know that I teach a lot of different things, right, that actually help you when it comes to this. Not only that, but the mindset, trading systems, and so much more at mastertraderlab.com. Now, one of the best things that you can do as a trader, and I was listening to Warren Buffett just recently, and Warren Buffett was talking about why he's been so successful and why most people are not successful. And he said that he will sit there and he'll wait 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 as long as he has to until that yes comes up, right? That smack on yes. And he will analyze and analyze and analyze and analyze and analyze and analyze. And that's a bit of a common theme amongst all people, right? Like if you look at an investor in say property, what do? They look at hundreds of properties, right, before they find the right one. If you look at Warren Buffett, right, he looks through hundreds of different investments to businesses, and he'll pick one or two. You know what I mean? He will then, you know, people that invest in startup companies, what do? They probably look through dozens and dozens and dozens of companies before they find one. So that's going to be one of the biggest things that's going to help you when it comes to your mindset factor. You know what I mean? And so whenever you're trading, please remember that the more you trade, the more likely that you're going to get emotional. You're going to get in and out really, really quickly. You're going to get out. You're going to get in maybe when you should, but you're going to get out when you shouldn't. You know what I mean? You're going to get in when you shouldn't, and you're going to get out when you shouldn't. You know what I mean? Or you may get in when you shouldn't get into the trade, because there is no trade, and then you hold on and hope and hope and hope and hope and hope. And we know that if you've been trading for a while right now, you know what I mean? Like if you've been trading for a while right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? And so one of the best things that I was talking with my private clients, and I've got a coaching call coming up with them soon with my private clients, and it's the importance of, if you want to be long-term successful, I guarantee you that if you have a very high quality setup, like with my system, it's a 90+% success rate. And I always say to my clients, if only you had a couple of dozen trades throughout the entire year, do you know that's enough for you to become a 7-figure trader as the years go on, or even just a multiple 6-figure trader, right? What I mean by that is that as the years go on, you can start to increase your position sizes from 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 to 20,000 to 30,000. That's how you get confident, right? To increase your position sizes as the years go on by you only trading a couple of dozen times per year, by only trading half an hour a day. That's exactly what I do, right? And that's exactly what my private clients are working on. And I'm getting them to understand that it's the mindset and the mind frame of that. And that's I'm always instilling with my private clients that there. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. Now, guys, a bit of an announcement here. At the end of the year in December, I'm running my next mastermind event where you actually come and live with me here in Australia on the Gold Coast in a multi-million-dollar house. And I also bring a private chef in. And for the entire week, I'm teaching you everything about the markets. And every single day, I'm trading live right in front of the markets as well too. And you see me get in and get out and so on and so forth. So if that interests of you, then just email me at howtrader@gmail.com. howtrader@gmail.com. It's only 5 people because you're actually living with me in the house, right? It's for 5 people. So you live with me in the house and it's on the Gold Coast and it's in December this year. So if you're interested in that, just let me know. But amongst all that, guys, please remember that you too can become an amazing trader, right? You are an amazing trader. You just gotta link pleasure to not taking shit trades and pain to taking shit trades. And that's the thing that's stopping you, right? It's that over trading. And if you continue to not overtrade, and if you continue to work on, say, you know what, my job, I'm going to continue to work on not trading, because I guarantee you, right, the number one thing that stops you from moving forward is you over trading, right? And you know that, don't you? You know, how many times if you've been trading for a while, how many times have you said, I knew I shouldn't have taken that trade? Or how many times have you said, man, I just wish my account was back at break even? It's the entire month, and I guarantee you 90% of the people that are watching this video right now, I guarantee you still to this day, you will say, you know what? I just wish I didn't even trade this month, right? And I always say to my private clients, which is very rare, that even if you haven't had a trade for an entire month, that you are actually up by default because you're not taking shit trades. I'd rather your account being flat for the entire month and you not taking 100% quality trades, because there hasn't been any, then you try to get into shit trades, which is actually going to cause you to lose money and so on and so forth. Makes sense? So this is the thing that's really, 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 really going to help you out and really going to magnify your success in the markets. You can become an amazing trader. You are an amazing trader. All you got to do is, one, understand exactly what you're looking for in an amazing quality setup. Make sure that that setup that you're trading, no matter what it is a high quality setup, meaning like majority of the time it's going to generate some sort of a profit. That's what you want. Because for me personally, I can't trade a system that has like a 60 or 70% win-loss ratio. I have a system that generates 90+% success rate. So it doesn't have a lot of trades throughout the entire year, but has a quality of trades. That's what I teach my private clients. Because the number one thing, right, is that if you think about it, the lower the win-loss ratio. So if you have a 60 or 70% win-loss ratio, what's that going to mean? That's going to mean you're probably going to have a lot more trades, right? Now, a lot more trades sounds like a lot more money, doesn't it? But that's not the truth, right? The truth is, because you know yourself, you can have a 70% win-loss ratio. That means 30% of the time. That means you still can have, 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 losing trades in a row, and it still be normal. I don't know about you, but I can't do that. So I've flipped the script on it. So you know what? I only want to trade a system that has a 90+% success rate. And I only want to trade that throughout the entire year. I can't, for my emotions, I can't handle a couple of losing trades in a row. I can handle maybe 1 or 2 in a row. But when it starts to get 3 or 4, it starts to hurt me. So with my private clients, I teach them the highest probability trading system with my private clients. And then I'm teaching them, and once you do that, right? Once you've learned your system and once you understand that foundation is what I call it, then it's so important to say, you know what, my job is just to stick to this and just get used to this and just learn this. And it's only over time that you say, you know what, if only I took good quality trades this month, or throughout the entire last 5 months of this year. If only I stuck to good quality trades, even if I only had half a dozen of really good quality trades this year, and that's all I took, I would be up more than me trying to trade 2 or 3 times per day. And you know what I'm talking about, right? And so that's what I'm always driving home with my private clients. And every single day with myself as well too, when I'm trading, I say, no, I am not going to take shit trades. Because I know when I take shit trades, I'm going to lose money. Taking shit trades, getting in when you think is a good idea, when you hope it's a good idea, when you're fearful of missing out. You know yourself, 9 times out of 10, you're going to that's going to cause your account to go backwards. It's you mastering that. So you know what? No, I'm only going to be taking good quality trades because I know long term, that's the only way for you to move forward. You are an amazing trader and you can learn the skills to become an amazing trader. Learn the system, all right? Whether you're a private client of mine, or whether you're trading some system, just be consistent at trading that one system. Your consistency at trading that one system is where it's at. If you want long-term consistent results in the markets, then you must be consistently trading that one system. And be disciplined and patience and so on and so forth. So anyway, guys, this is a bit of a mindset, maybe motivational video, what you're going to call it, to start the week for you, to help you get you thinking about how you're trading in the markets, because you are an amazing trader and you can become an amazing trader. You just got to know what to look for. And that's where, like, for me personally, guys, that's where, like, having some sort of coach there to really, really help you out. Like, every single day, I'm there with my private clients on the private Facebook group every single day. They're asking questions. I'm there every day, making sure I'm helping them get through the rough and tumble thing of the markets, and mostly themselves, and just reinforcing what the most important things to do when it comes to trading. A, understand what a good quality setup is, and B, not taking shit trades when you're tempted because you haven't had a trade for a while. So anyway, guys, have an amazing trading week. Hey traders, thanks for watching my YouTube video. I've just released a brand new training. It's 100% free training, and you're going to learn my number one most powerful trading technique / chart reading technique that I use that actually helps me get up to a 90% success rate. I use it. It's a very big part of my trading system. You're going to absolutely love this. This is what I call going with the stream. So when you find big strong currents in the markets, that's what this is all about. So very first link in the description below, guys, go click on that and you can go register, or you can go get instant access to this free training right now and start to apply this to your trading right now. So click on the very first link in the description below and go get free access to this training and get instant access right now.